You straight up cuckooed that dude, bro. Oh my God.
You've got all your Charger gear on because
Feeling fresh as hell.
Well, you guys better enjoy it. The fans loved it.
You have to love what you're seeing on tape if you're a Chargers fan, especially for the future with Justin Herbert.
On the move and throws and touchdown.
Do this together.
Players, coaches, staff, fans, together we can create something truly special.
Stay tuned for some good content.
Well, top of the morning to you, folks. Welcome back to the Charger Chat here on St. Patty's Day. I'm your co-host, Will Dogson, with my buddies, Kev, Hug, and Duggin.
How are the Lucky Charms?
They're magically delicious. Let's not forget Kyle, the coach, of Duggin. All right.
I totally forgot it was St. Patty's.
Our last name sounds way better with an Irish accent.
It really does. So, Duggin.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm here with the O'Duggin boys, and it is time to talk about all the moving and shaking that has been happening. All right. Well, let's first start this off by talking about some bullshit that came out of Good Morning Football.
Remember Kyle, when you said on the last episode, Good
we were
Morning
so
Football?
excited. Yeah.
So excited.
They're going
How
to
do
talk
you
about
not-
us for
How do you
25
not
minutes.
get excited about what we did? Like, you have to be the most biggest piece of crap in the world to like find a way to turn the awesomeness that was the beginning of free agency for the Chargers into a bad thing. Like, is he from San Diego or something? I don't understand why he hates us so much.
I don't understand Kyle Brandt. For those of you that haven't seen on Good Morning Football. Kyle Brandt came out and said that Justin Herbert was the fourth best quarterback in the AFC West.
Him and Orlovsky they're buddies.
It was really surprising.
Holy
like
cow.
not even saying like the Chargers are the fourth best team. Like
Justin
singled
Herbert.
out Justin Herbert as the fourth best
He's like
quarterback.
top 5 MVP odds next year. What are you talking about, Kyle?
Yeah. What surprised me even more was Schrags didn't go like, no, dude, what?
Yeah.
Fourth? He was kind of like, well, I guess,
What's the female co-host?
K Adams.
Kay Adams?
Kay Adams, yeah.
She had her back. She's a Charger supporter.
Yeah. It was really surprising.
It was crazy because they had the offensive lineman on with the really was it Saturday? They had an offensive lineman on talking, and they were talking about how amazing this defense is going to be, and they're making steps in the right direction. So it's like this nice thing, and then they give you a nice like fourth best quarterback in the league backhand. I'm like, what the
just
fuck
not
is
a
going
good
on?
like that's not a good point. He has never watched a Justin Herbert game. That's clear.
Mm-mm.
His last game that he just played on prime time, last game of the season. How could you put Derek Carr in his stratosphere? And then Derek Carr goes in the playoffs and just And what are you talking? I understand if you say the Chargers organization isn't a winning organization. I get it. The Chargers have had good players for a long time. I get that. Like I hate those takes, but I get them. You can't say Justin Herbert is the fourth best quarterback in this division. Like that's
insane.
I just I know I'm a homer. I get it, but I don't get it. I don't get that.
I don't get it.
Just everyone, if you have a Twitter, go find that tweet and pin it. Make that the top of your thing, and then we'll make his ass pay by the end of the season.
Absolutely. Those of you that haven't seen, there's tweets coming out now of Kyle Brandt is the fourth best analyst on Good Morning Football.
That was Justin Herbert's firstborn son posted that. I was like, that was pretty clever.
Was a good one. And then Tyler Dubb, Kyle Brandt just said Herbert is the fourth best QB in division. LMFAO, he's the fourth best QB in the league. So
that's right, Tyler Dubb.
Absolutely.
Derek Carr. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it really is surprising.
Is it outrageous?
In fact, there was a stat. I'm trying to pull it up here right now. Of that really kind of surprised me as far as what other quarterbacks are doing versus what our quarterback is doing. You look at last year, and let's see what other ones I can find here. Like Russell Wilson had 6 fumbles. Okay. Derek Carr, 13 fumbles just last year. 13 fumbles. How many fumbles do you think Justin Herbert had? He technically had 1, But that was the one from that,
that was the
Washington game.
Oh, that didn't count. That was bullshit. That wasn't a fumble.
That they called a
35-yard
fumble.
Yeah, 35-yard forward fumble.
Well, he's so tall. Defenders can't touch his hand or his arm. He's just so
Patrick
tall.
Mahomes, 9 fumbles.
Well, Russell Wilson didn't even play a whole season either. It's just like every stat. I don't. Even if you throw all the stats out the window, put on the tape. Right? Wasn't
I know
who said that? Like, go watch the game. I don't understand. Like, he's played against these two other quarterbacks and has outdueled them a lot of times. So I don't. I'm broken.
That was just a stat that really kind of surprised me. Seeing, because I mean, we watched the whole season, and we truly, outside of that one dumbass one, we never saw Justin Herbert fumble the ball. And it surprised me to see how many of these other quarterbacks are fumbling it like regularly, like double digits.
They're all like, now we have a 5'11" quarterback in our division. These are all smaller guys. Like, you're not Justin's a big, sturdy dude that's not just gonna like drop the ball. It's just not gonna happen.
Kyler Murray fumbled it 13 times. Dak Prescott fumbled it 14. Like, that's insane that we have a quarterback that keeps the ball that secure, and it just isn't getting talked about.
And throws for a gajillion yards and
throws over 5,000 yards. Yeah. So it's just
Brandt, you've lost all credibility. I will not.
Completely
all credibility. I can't even trust anything you say.
No, I can't trust. I won't take directions from you. Let alone.
Don't tell me what to do.
Yeah, don't tell me what time it is because I won't believe you.
How dare you?
Let's see. Chargers Vice President of Content and Production tweeted something pretty dang sweet. This is Jason Levine, tweeted out March 28th, YouTube, you are all going to want to tune in.
There's a new all-in coming. There's a new all-in coming.
Coming, folks.
There's a free agency frenzy all-in.
In 10 days. When this episode comes out, 10 days.
And we all were asking for it, and they listened and did it.
I just want to thank you, Jason Levine. You really just bring like a shining star moments in my life when these episodes come. It's just like this little, it just makes me so happy getting the insight. So thank you, Jason. Thank you,
Jason.
He's like a little Charger leprechaun. That's just little gold everywhere.
The end of our rainbow is a little episode of All In. And dude, free agency isn't even done yet. There's still moving and shaking to happen, especially after we saw the Chargers did finally release offensive tackle Brian Bulaga, Iowa. We all saw it coming. We're not celebrating it per se because obviously we don't want to celebrate somebody.
We were excited about him. He was a stud before he came. Like
he was our most exciting offensive lineman 2 years ago. Like he was our best dude.
Yeah.
And then he just the guy just couldn't stay healthy. I can't hate on him for being hurt.
I don't hate on him for that. And I don't
think he was faking it or anything.
I don't shoot off fireworks for a guy getting fired, but
I get excited about $10 million in free.
Yes, getting the $10 million more to spend in cap that part is exciting. So Brian Bulaga, hope you find something somewhere. Yeah, I hope you find your pot of gold at the end of the rainbow somewhere. And then we saw Uchenna Nwosu, which we all kind of saw this coming as well after his tweet of business is business. Tweeted out, thank you, Chargers, for an amazing 4 years, but now on to my new family in Seahawks. Let's go to work. Let's get to work ASAP.
So where do you guys stand on like continuing to follow these guys when they move on? Do you just kind of?
I stopped following them
because I just can't see other team. I can't see other jerseys and stuff on my timeline. Like I like him a lot, but I just can't. I can't.
Yeah, I don't wish any ill will or anything like that. I mean, especially if they're outside of the division, like best of luck, and I hope everything goes well. But I don't follow them anymore.
Yeah,
there's not really like
I'm a Charger fan. I'm not a
Chargers.
Seahawk fan. Yeah,
right.
So yeah, best of luck to Uchenna, and then and this bummed us out.
I will continue to follow this guy. That's a fact.
Well, yeah, I'm curious to see where he ends up. Matt Overton was basically let go because of the addition that we made. But he said, just got off the phone with Tom Telesco. There aren't many GMs like him. He didn't have to call me, but he did. Although I wanted to be back, I fully understand the move. The Chargers organization is top-notch, and my short time there was special. Forever grateful. And
this one bummed me out.
Absolutely. Well, we're forever grateful for you, Mr. Overton, for coming on and chatting with us. You took the time to chat with Kev, Hug, and Duggin and really uplifted us. I mean, that's just one of the great things about this podcast is being able to actually hear directly from the players. And Kevin gets to sit down and actually like talk to them like human beings as opposed to being like just strictly football and stuff like that. Like, you took the time to do that, and we will forever be grateful for that.
Absolutely.
So thank you,
Thanks, Matt.
Mr. Overton.
Yeah, thanks, dude. Good luck. Good luck wherever you land.
Absolutely, good luck wherever you land. And the final loss so far is the Texans signed Scott Quessenberry to a 1-year, $1.187 million deal that includes $652,000 guaranteed, with $152,000 signing bonus, 1.035 base salary that is fully guaranteed per league source.
Yeah, this is
Kind of
like
surprising.
This was like the last guy that snapped to Phillip Rivers. So this is kind of sad. Just kind of like the new things are changing.
He was just a very likable. It was like Dan Feeney last year when he left. Everyone thought we were crazy for being like bummed. But you just like get relation. Like, I feel like I have like a relationship with him as a friend, and
he was a likable dude.
He was a San Diego kid, and I was pulling for him to. He just honestly never got much time. He was always the backup guy,
right?
Which it's okay. We still need those,
absolutely.
But he was probably wanting to test the water to see if he could find somewhere he could go play.
Well, it's surprising to me for the dollar amount that he's getting. That, like, man, we really didn't want him back, or we're planning to spend that money elsewhere.
I argue that he might have wanted to leave. Right? Do you want to be a backup your whole career? I think he took a 1-year deal so he could go try to get playing time and put together something so he could get paid next year.
Okay.
I think it was a matter of he didn't see himself fitting in the Chargers starting squad.
Gotcha. Well, that makes sense. That would be a strong possibility. So
for us, we're like, why wouldn't he want to play for the Chargers?
Yeah, like, obviously. Who doesn't want to sit on the Charger bench? I do.
Yeah.
Hang out with all of these cool guys. Yeah. So, Scott, best of luck to you, buddy. I hope that if that is the case, then yeah, dude, I hope you get paid. I hope you get some playing time and make it work.
And then we'll bring you back to LA.
Right. Oh man, what a comeback that would be. All right. Well, now that's all the guys that we have officially. I mean, some of these guys we never had to begin with because they were free agents. They were able to go wherever they wanted to go.
Right. We didn't cut them. They just left.
But as far as guys that we are either keeping or bringing back, with the loss of Matt Overton, we have signed Pro Bowl long snapper Josh Harris away from the Falcons on a 4-year, $5.6 million deal with $1.9 million guaranteed per source. So,
I mean, I'm not up to date on the long snapper pay market, but
the ranking system of long snappers,
a Pro Bowl long snapper, you got to be pretty damn good.
You would think so,
but isn't it? But the thing is, like, Pro Bowl snappers are hard because they're not on the field very much,
right?
And you only notice them when they're doing something bad. So Matt was great last year. We didn't do anything. Everything went smoothly.
Right.
I don't know enough about knowing like the jump and like we're going to pay this guy a whole bunch more because he's a Pro Bowler, which is voted on by fans, which we don't really know what we're watching.
No. But in the punting game, right, that guy becomes a coverage guy.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be able to go down and make tackles. Maybe this guy is outstanding at getting downfield and making tackles. Like,
slightly better 40.
Again, I apologize to all of our listeners. I did not watch tape on the long snapper that we acquired. But maybe he gets down there and he makes plays. He's kind of that special teamer hybrid that can obviously. And what Matt talked about too is all the stuff that goes into being a long snapper that we don't know, like the right rotation on the ball and all those types of things that maybe this guy just has that. And in the NFL, it's not like a huge jump. It's just that little bit that he didn't have. Yeah.
Well, and I don't even necessarily think that we're paying this guy a ton of money. It's 4 years for 5.6. Like that's spread out over time. So
hopefully he's awesome.
Yeah. Locking a Pro Bowl long snapper up for 4 years.
Give me all the Pro Bowlers. Yeah.
So now the only special teamer that's not signed is Ty Long. So
right.
We still need a punter.
Here's the question mark. A lot of fans are not happy with Ty Long. I'm
not sure why.
I'm not sure why either. But the potential of that Areza pick is still there. That's still a possibility.
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes. But the final keeper that we have is quarterback Chase Daniels signing back with the Chargers on a 1-year deal, $2.25 million per source. So
guy just rakes in the dough.
I saw somebody
keeps it coming.
Somebody pulled it up as a backup. He's made $44 million.
I saw
that's the best deal.
What was it? Part of my take posted something like if he doesn't play this year, if Chase Daniels doesn't play this year, he makes like $150K per pass or something like that.
Wow.
Of it, like, oh, here it is. If Chase Daniel doesn't attempt to pass this season, he will have made roughly $157,000 per pass attempt in his NFL career. He's the undisputed king.
That is amazing.
He is, and he's ours. So
Yeah,
he's ours,
and he's Kyle's.
And he's Kyle's. That just means there's one more chance for you to
hit another birthday party.
Do a Chase on Chase action.
I'm gonna go to a party. I'm gonna go to a game this year in the full Chase costume.
Just the tailgate.
If he notices me, just the head.
Dude,
I'm just gonna bring the head.
Dude, if you wore that to a game with a Chase Daniel jersey, shut up and take my money, dude. That would be the best.
At least tailgate. At least the tailgate.
We're done.
Minimum.
We're doing it, dude. It's happening for sure.
Can't wait. All right. Yeah. And if, for those of you that are going like, what are these guys talking about? Go back and listen to the episode. I think it's Chase is on the case. I don't remember what number it is, but it is a story that you will.
It's unreal. It's an unbelievable
You have
story.
got to hear it. Kyle tells an amazing story about meeting Chase Daniel. All right. Well, looking outside of the Chargers organization, we kind of mentioned it in the previous episode, but Tom, I hate everybody in this NFL league because I need more rings. Brady announced that he's coming back for his 23rd season and will play for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Like, he had 2 months. 2 months of people not talking about him.
What
and he's like,
ever-loving
what
is the deal?
He had
talk
2
about
months
me.
being a stay-at-home dad and couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
Shout out to all you stay-at-home moms and dads out there because it's a grind. It's harder than being a Hall of Fame quarterback.
I guess. Like, I mean, the guy's got buttloads of money, plenty
bored,
of rings,
dude.
and
He's
still
bored.
is like, I've got business. Like, there's still business. I still got shit to do. Like, what?
At the end of the day, he's playing a kid's game. Like, why would you ever stop? He was an top 3 MVP guy. Like, he's playing a kid's game. A game that I just played catch with my son. That's what he's playing. It's like, it's not like it's all that big of a deal.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's not like he's grinding away at some desk job for 45 years and he can retire because he has all the money and he's like, no, I want to keep doing it. He's playing football.
right.
It's just the fact that he just can't
go
be
die.
like. It's the attention, man. The off season's all about the attention.
Just go die.
Yeah, just go die, Tom Brady. Sick of your shit.
I'm hoping this is his like old man year where he finally like
It's
catches
Brett
up to
Favre
him.
on the Vikings year.
It's just
Or
that sometimes
Jets or
quit while
whatever.
you're ahead. You were an MVP
Exactly.
candidate.
Yeah.
Why don't you quit while you're ahead?
Retire the legend that you are.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to ask you guys. Like, would you rather quit while you're on top, or would you just like want the wheels to fall off from
I don't know.
playing so much? Like,
I think that there is a real like psychological difficulty with saying I'm done playing football when that's been his whole life. You know, he's been put on this pedestal of like demigod, basically. It's like Maui from Moana and then Tom Brady. And it's like,
welcome.
I can imagine, like, even though he's not like always doing all the stuff, like going to all the dinners and doing all that kind of stuff, but he, in the back, he's still a human being like you and I. And he's elevated himself to this level of being this figure. And I'm sure after 2 months of being like, well, what's my life going to look like now? That's hard. And he's like, screw it. I'm going back. Let's do this. There's an element to it that's not all about just money. And I think there's a psyche part of it there that he's having trouble with.
so you're saying he's having a midlife crisis, is what you're saying? He's just like, oh god,
Instead of buying
get
some
back in.
sports cars, he's like, I'm getting back on the team,
He's
boys.
like, I have all the sports cars in the whole world. I have all the yachts and planes. I just have to keep playing football.
Right. Well,
Tough life for Tom Brady. Screw you.
yeah, it's heavy weighs the crown, I guess. I don't know. Whatever the
Whatever the
saying is for guys named Tom. Well, if your name isn't Tom, feel free to head on over to chargerchat.com.
No Tom's allowed.
There's some good
No
Toms
Toms
that listen to this podcast.
No Tom's allowed.
Check out some of the sweet shirts and hoodies and stickers we've got over there in the member section where you can chat it up with other Charger Chatteteers, none of them named Tom. And also ask questions in the Ask Bolt Fam section. So go check it out. ChargerChat.com. No Toms allowed. All right. Now it's time to go on to
no Toms allowed.
yeah. Time to go on to the next segment, folks.
If you thought 2 Duggins wasn't enough, get ready.
Oh, there you go. Let's get ready. Let's do it.
As soon as that clock starts, your ass is mine.
When I met Justin Herbert, man, that dude is big as hell.
The goal is to just keep it rolling.
Come in hype because we have a lot of things to be excited about.
All right, guys, we are back with another Bolt Insight, and we are super lucky to have my dad, Dave, Coach Senior Duggin. What's going on, Pops?
Not much. How you doing, man?
Doing good. I'm glad to have you back on. We haven't had you on for a hot minute, so this is awesome to catch back up with you. And we got so many interesting things going on right now.
Well, I think that's because of my takes and never deciding on who my favorite was.
That's right.
So I think that's.
If only you would have told me who organizes these interviews I was your favorite, you'd be on more often. It's just a fact.
I know. Well deserved. Well deserved shot.
So let's just jump in. Like, we've picked up some studs. We've picked up some awesome players, and you've been a fan of the team for a long time, and you've seen how we've done free agency. This feels so different than other years. Like we usually don't pick up the right guys. We're letting the right guys go. Yeah. So what's your kind of view on what this free agency has been like compared to the past?
Well, it doesn't feel different. It's different. I mean, it is such a shockingly different move than we've had here. I mean, normally for the Chargers, it's about who we're losing in free agency, not about who we're getting in free agency. When we've gotten free agency guys, I mean, we can go through the list. I mean, I wish I had it in front of me, but you had your Gaithers, and you had your Marlon McCrees. You had the Marlon McCree, our hero, right?
Yeah,
that cost
fumble
us the Super Bowl. We've had free agents that just were gone after 2 years, signed at that time for pretty good money, but gone. So, and they weren't locker room guys necessarily. So what's great about this group is that not only are they obviously studs, but they want to be here, it sounds like. And it's like you said, it's a different feel. It's a totally different feel because it's fitting to make the team better. Losing guys can be, to me, more damaging. Rodney Harrison, Sproul. You can go through the list of how many guys you've lost.
Vincent Jackson.
Vincent Jackson. I mean, I'll tell you what, we go to the Super Bowl, and 2 years later, they dropped Natron Means. I mean, they released him. I mean, he was the entire offensive quotient of those teams. So it's just, it's always been that way. And of course, that was A.J. Smith, so we can't blame the world on A.J. Smith, but we can get close.
I blame the world on A.J. Smith. He was not the most efficient of GMs. So what do you think of what, Tom Telesco, and it seems to me like we always talk about, like on the podcast, like, do GMs really take into account what these head coaches want? And it feels like he really takes into account, like there were some Mike McCoy players, there were some Anthony Lynn players, and now we're getting some Brandon Staley players. Yeah. So what are your thoughts on like the new, what Tom Telesco has done so far? It just started, but compared to what he's done in the past with some other coaches?
Well, I don't know why it was. If it was focusing on that, that's great because they've got to make the team play. Telesco has to put it together. So it comes down to personality of coaches and who they're selecting, right? I don't know if Lynn was that demonstrative about who he wanted. I think he was more of, I love this job. Thanks for giving it to me. I'll coach whoever the heck walks in this building. Yeah. I don't care. Whereas Staley's, we can't be 30th in the league in defense ever again, ever. Yeah. That's not what I do, right? Yeah. You can see him doing that. And then also we can do that with character people. I mean, the Sebastian
Joseph Day.
Yes, Joseph Day. I mean, just his character, much less his results, and the fact that he knows Staley's defense so well. That's freakishly cool. I mean, they say he will be a Walter Payton winner by the time he's done with his career. Oh. So you can see that what's important to Staley as well, and that family that he said he was going to build. And this one looks pretty dang tight. It's different. It is oddly different. It's hard to be negative about what's happened with Telesco and Staley in this season, and it's not done yet. Who knows?
Yeah. There's still more money. There's still more money. There's still more people out there. They're probably just waiting to get some value and swallow them up.
Yeah. Well, that's the other part I wanted to bring up real quick is that as an old fan, I don't care about how much money it costs, what players cost. I really don't. I hear you guys talking about it. Well, he's going to ask for $10 million. If that's what the market is, give him the money. I don't care how much money Spanos spends. As a matter of fact, he owes me 30 years worth of spending. So he needs to spend some damn money, right? Yeah. So I really don't care. I mean, is that too much? Is that going to break the team down? We're talking about $1 and $2 million, right? We're not talking about what Justin's going to create.
Yeah.
Which is a whole different financial world, right?
Yeah.
We're talking, well, is he worth 8? Well, we can only get him. Well, it's going to be 9. Sign him. Don't give up somebody we need or we don't get because you're going to save $1 million in today's world of the NFL.
Yeah.
Spend the money. So I don't really argue myself about, well, that was too much for that guy. I don't care. Spend it. It's not my money. Spend it.
Yeah.
I want to go. I want to win.
They brought their checkbook big time this beginning of this offseason. We were making the joke. It's like at some point the bank account's got to be like, okay, guys, I think you spent a little too much today. We're gonna have to cap you because $75 million in signing bonuses. Maybe you should chill a little bit.
Right.
But
well, their loan capabilities got better. Their ability to borrow money has made a big bounce since the move. Right?
Yeah, that's true. So and then the Khalil Mack thing was interesting because they interviewed him and they were talking about, he was shocked that he, was traded, but then he found out that it was the Chargers and it was Brandon Staley, and then he immediately got excited. And he immediately talking about how the character of Coach Staley and like all those things, like crazy. Like he was very kind of, the whole interview was very kind of like, and then we started talking about Staley. He's like, yes. It was like a different kind of energy. So like, what do you think? Like, what is the Staley effect that's going on right now?
Well, that you're talking about a position coach making an impact in a room in 1 year, because that's all he was there for. So to build that type of bonding relationship with a player in such a short time, when you're really, you are talking to him more than you do as a coordinator. Obviously, you're with them in the rooms all the time and all the meetings, but to create that kind of difference with a guy that was already an NFL star.
Yeah, he was a stud from the
affected
Raiders.
by a little 31-year-old coach out of Carroll College. That's quite impressive to be able to make that kind of impact.
Yeah, it's exciting, and there's just more players coming, and it's just exciting time to be a Charger fan. So, like, what are you most looking forward to? This offseason, like, what do you want to see us do in the draft? Like, what do you think? What are your hopes?
Well, I mean, we signed. They went after 2 D tackles. And both of them are good. And one of them, obviously, he was a Ram, so he knows the system very well. I don't know why, but I'm a huge Davis fan. I'm usually not that way about that kind of stuff, but
he's just a monster.
And you're talking about if you get pushed from the middle, it's one thing to be able to, if you're going to be a good run stopper, and Coach Kyle has talked about that quite a bit about 2-gap player, right? You have to be a 2-gap player on that nose in a 3-4. And I think he can collapse the pocket. I may be wrong. He's a young guy, but very few have come out as strong and as fast.
Yeah.
And that's what the speed kills. You hear that in everything you ever hear about pretty much any sport is speed kills.
Yeah.
And if he gets into the chest of a center or a guard, he's going to shove him back 4 yards. And that's what our new edge rushers are going to have a field day.
Yeah. I don't know. It just feels like this is a weird year where we can add just depth, like strong depth. Like he doesn't need to play every down. We can get these guys rotating and get like be a consistent problem for these quarterbacks. And I just want to get your last thought on Denver has a new quarterback, and the idea that Russell Wilson decided to sign right before the AFC West just like loaded up on edge rushers. Like,
right.
You blew it, bro. You blew it.
Right. Yeah, no, Russell Wilson's a special player. That makes them obvious. It makes the Broncos better. But you're talking about, this division is going to be great. Like I think you guys were talking about it earlier. There's going to be game of the key games of the week
Prime
are all
time.
going to be AFC games.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just going to be nonstop. I mean, the Chargers are going to be on. They're going to get flexed to every game possible.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's and also I just wanted to make a comment on, for everybody out there listen to the kind of the watered down version of the reaction of my 2 sons when they announced Khalil Mack. It was freakishly loud. It was freakishly nonstop. It didn't stop after, like, everybody thought it may have been a jackpot, but then it just kept running. You kept getting more psyched. And I don't know if that was the morning start to the day with the whatever the heck it was we
had a couple mimosas. Mimosas helped a little bit.
I don't know what it was, man, but it was crazy. And but that's what's going to be fun about this year is really going to be watching. Now, what we have to watch out for, and you guys being positive as you guys are, is going to be our expectations for the fan base is going to be massive. It's going to be massive, and it's justified. But on the other hand, that all has to fit together too. So we have to have some sort of patience, not years worth of patience, but we got to let it kind of click a little bit, because I hope it comes right out of the gate and they can, but we got to make sure we don't get expectations where the season's a disappointment simply because they only win 11 games, 12 games. We're disappointed, right?
Yeah.
Well, we just sold our house to get 11 or 12 wins.
Yeah, it definitely adds a lot of pressure, and I think we'll see how it goes. But it also is going to bring more fans. You're going to have a lot more fans at these games after some of the guys we've just brought on. Like it's just going to be. It was already exciting football to watch last year. It's taken another step. So I don't know. This team could be a really good year for us.
It could be a good 2 or 3 years because that's what they've signed to keep it going.
Yeah.
We still have 2 years with Justin, and they'll figure that out. Herbert's probably going to be the kind of guy that's like a Rivers, or Brady that works the contract out to make sure he keeps the best people around him. I could be wrong, but when you're talking hundreds of millions of dollars, come on, man. Give up, let the 30 go by you one season, right? I don't know. That's me talking from cheap seats.
Yeah, for sure. So, all right. Well, I can't wait to have you on again. But before we do that, I got to ask you the question. Kyle, Kevin, Duggin, both sons. Who's the favorite?
Yeah, well, Kevin's obviously the favorite.
Yes.
See, I didn't. The favorite.
I'm not holding anything to your head.
Power of the. It's pretty simple. Power of the pen.
Power of the pen.
Power of the pen. Man.
Power of the scheduling software.
Yeah, right. So, no, it's great. You guys are doing great. It's fun to watch, and Adam has gotten way too sophisticated for me right now.
Classy.
Well, yeah, he's he carries himself kind of well, I think we should do that a little bit.
A little
Before
cocky.
He had this little, he had this little kind of starry-eyed.
It's like walking
talking football with these guys. Now he's full. He's just back off. I'm the opinion that counts. Just everybody else, just be careful.
I love it.
So that means I can never let him win a fantasy game ever.
I don't think it's ever going to happen. I don't think it's ever.
I don't think I can let him.
No,
yeah,
I think you shouldn't. I think it's just.
Love you, Adam.
Yeah. Our dad loves you, Adam. He loves you.
Yeah, yeah, man.
All right. Well, thanks, pops. We'll talk to you.
Right.
We'll talk to you soon.
All right, guys.
Okay, love
you. Bye.
If he talks shit about you, he loves you, Adam. It's a fact.
Oh well.
There's a lot going on in that interview.
I'm just glad that he recognized my swagger because I wanted him to see it more than anybody else. So
you bushwhack for him.
I bushwhacked my way into his heart.
Bushwhacking hearts.
All right. Well, Dave, hey, always love having you on and love getting your side of the idea of what's happening right now because and I love that you said it that like it doesn't feel different. It is different. Like there's nothing else to compare it to.
Right.
And there's, I mean, you just made a lot of really good points as far as like what we have to look forward to, not just this upcoming year, like the next couple years. Like these guys aren't just signing 1-year contracts. Like these guys are here for a while. And the building the character of this organization, like getting these quality guys, people that are behind Staley getting the guys that he wants, like everything right now that's happening is just so stupid exciting. It is unreal how exciting this offseason has been. And we knew that it was going to be different. I don't think we were expecting it to be this different. Like we knew that we're going to see some new faces, but we didn't expect it to be JC Jackson, Khalil Mack, Sebastian
Joseph Day.
Like these are some heavy hitters, man. And man, if it like just looking at last year, like if we kept the offense exactly the same and just had our defense be better, which we have, it's a completely different story. So I cannot wait to see the defense hit the field. And again, we're not even done with free agency, folks. We've still got cap money sitting there to pick up some more faces.
I like the idea that Brandon Staley was like pissed off. Like We will never be this low ever.
Yeah,
again.
what a great concept.
Never-
That's just
yeah.
like never again. Never again.
This is embarrassing. That's never happened again. Go get my guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Enough is enough.
All right. Well, I'll see you in the fantasy league next year, Dave. And I swear to God, I'm
like
coming.
There might be some collusion trades to help Adam.
I have
beat
to
you, Dad.
look. I'm gonna have to
Especially after
specifically
you call
plan
Kevin.
for- yeah.
You call Kevin your favorite son. I'm gonna draft knowing like what compliments you need for your team and
Yes.
that whatever week 10 matchup.
I need to look at the weeks that we're playing, and I need to really just plan accordingly.
You're just gonna
find the
plan
right
for those
guy.
your
weeks?
bye weeks.
Oh yeah,
nobody
I'll
on
lose
bye.
every other week, but that one week that I play Dave, I'm finding all the heavy hitters that I possibly can. I'm trading for those matchups.
I love
So,
it.
all right.
It's
Well,
coming, Dave.
yeah. Oh, I'm coming. All right. Well, I think that does it for us here. This episode of the Charger Chat. Any final thoughts, gentlemen?
Yeah, I have a bold prediction.
Ooh, bring it.
I'm gonna stop bringing your grandsons over, Dave, and we'll see who becomes the favorite son. You no longer get to see your grandsons. Yeah.
Whoa.
And
That
being
doesn't sound
that
like a prediction. That
being
sounds like
that
a
I live
threat.
15 minutes
Yeah.
away, there's some pull there. Yeah, it is a threat. And the bold prediction is I'll become the favorite son pretty quick.
Oh, boy.
Wow. Okay.
All right. Well, we'll see
Blackmailing.
if
I see.
Dave changes his tune.
What do you
next
mean
time.
blackmailing? You did the same thing.
I didn't say anything.
You
at
said he's
all
not
like
coming
that.
back on the show unless you're his favorite.
I said he'd come back on more frequently if I was his favorite.
You did the same
I
thing.
didn't say
Mine
you'll
just
never
has-
see your
mine's a little
grandsons
heavier.
again.
Yeah. Well, you moved to Missouri, so you pretty much said that too.
Yeah, facts.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for us here at the Charger Chat, folks. Don't forget to
Bold
bolt up because we're ready for any squad, any plays.
Okay, love you. Bye, Dad.
Okay, love you. Bye, Dad.
Okay, love you. Bye, Dad.